Hi guys, just make sure I'm not on mute. Hi to the two jockeys, how are you? Hey Helen, hey Cheryl. So I thought I would get everyone up to speed here on the Sarah Boone case. It came up yesterday there in chat. Why is my logo not showing up? What's going on? Why have I got a strange white logo? Can you guys see my logo? Give me a second. It's a moon. Yeah, no logo. I can see it on StreamYard here, but it's not showing up on YouTube. What's going on? That's so strange. Anyway, forget about that. So, just to get everyone up to speed on the Sarah Boone case, it came up last night in chat, and was it you, Jackie? Jackie, that's under Ed? I think you had a look and you were thinking that the trial is due to start on the 25th of July. I couldn't verify that on my end, but there's a lot of websites over in the US that we just can't get access to in the UK. So I don't know if that's true or not. So um, if you if it was yourself, Jackie, if you could maybe just let us know where you've seen that. But it has to be coming up soon. It's got to be. She's been incarcerated for 2 years. It was February 2020 when this took place. So it's over 2 years that she's been behind bars awaiting trial. Now she's had some problems with the attorney that she was with, and she had to write a letter to the judge, um, talking about the fact that she was shocked that they had requested to be taken off the case, and so she was asking if she could be present at the pre-trial hearing, which was back in April, but I can't get any information on it at all. So what I thought I would do now, the channel Deep Dive Crime, which is a Mentor Lawyer's channel, he's managed to get some body cam footage, and he's also got the letter that Sarah wrote to the judge. So I'm going to be showing that. And the body cam footage is the morning after the incident took place, just directly after the 911 call. And it's the morning prior to the interrogation that most of you guys have hopefully seen. Um, so this here on the screen is, to me, it was the best article with the most kind of information that I could find at the time. This is the Orlando Sentinel. So of course it just confirms that it's a second degree murder charge. But what I want to point your attention to is the fact that she woke up at 11 a.m. and it says she went downstairs and obviously realized that he was in the suitcase. She said her ex-husband called around 12:50. That's referring to an actual phone call. He called her at 12:50, and he arrived 10 minutes later, and it was actually himself that told her to call 911 at 1 o'clock. So you've got 2 hours from when she woke up to when she made the 911 call. Not good, not good, right? But as you're going to see from the body cam, her husband was calling her, trying to call her from 11:30 onwards, and he called every half an hour or so and couldn't get through to her until 12:50. So that's not a good look for her, right? Let me just see what you guys are saying. Jackie, your phone and iPad are playing two things. What do you mean? There's two different streams coming up on each. Hey, enough. Good to see you. Hey, Genetic Code. Good to see you. This is where we're all hiding. Ed. Okay. Oh, hey, Broken Justice. How are you? Myself and Broken Justice are going to go over this case, hopefully on Thursday, right? Is it hard for you to read that? Is it? Hold on. This is the part here that was what I draw your attention to. She woke up around 11 and she said her ex-husband called at 12:50. It's the 2 hour gap. That's the thing. Now, the other information that is not good for her is obviously the autopsy showed that there was various injuries on his forehead, bruises on his shoulder, a busted lip, scratches on his back, and I think she was trying to claim that they were either through scratch marks, through sex, or he was always bumping his head. He ran into a wall. He fell off her son's bike. But a neighbour, if you look here, a neighbour said he heard a loud noise that sounded like something falling down the stairs coming from the apartment the night of the death. Neighbours said that they often complained to the apartment management because they played loud music and had loud arguments. And they were both arrested 2 years prior after a fight. There was definitely a history of domestic violence between the two. So, a lot of people have surmised that the noise that the neighbour heard was possibly her throwing him down the stairs while he was in the suitcase. It would explain some of the marks and bruises. God knows how they're going to be able to prove that, but that's what a lot of people are surmising. Oh, hey, stand up. How are you? Good to see you. Enough. Could she have forgotten he was in a suitcase? Kinda, right? This is my argument. I mean, this whole case to me is about a measure of culpability. Um, Let me just bring up the definition of second degree murder. She's been charged with second degree murder. Myself and Cheryl were looking into this the other day. And it's obviously the wording's different state to state. Um, so for second degree murder, the Florida statutes outline second degree murder as the unlawful killing of a human being when perpetrated by any act imminently dangerous to another, and evincing as depraved mind regardless of human life, although without any premeditated design to effect the death of any particular individual. It's kind of open to interpretation, but to me, it's the regardless of human life part there that I think is going to be the big um, point of debate. I mean, it's legitimate, of course, for them to charge her with second degree, and that's why the court case is obviously going to take place to decide whether that is the right charge or not. I think manslaughter is the right charge. I think there's enough mitigating circumstances with just how intoxicated she appeared to be, and the fact that she made absolutely no attempt whatsoever to hide any evidence. I think she just simply forgot that she took the video footage. And I think going through the interrogation, I can't see any circumstantial evidence that she intended his death. Right? It's the intent is the key matter. Yeah, sure. That's what I think. It's possible that she threw the suitcase down the stairs. Hey, Foxy in the Boxy, how are you? Broken Justice. I wonder if they checked the suitcase for any blood where he bumped his head and bled in the suitcase or anything. Yeah. See, there's going to be some details that we just are not going to be privy to until the trial, you know. There may be other reasons as well why they are quite sure about second degree that we won't find out until the trial. Jen agrees with myself, manslaughter. I'm going to play the. Well, actually, do you guys want to hear the 911 call again as a just as a to recollect her tone, her voice, her manner on that call? If you type a 1 if you want me to play that again, type a 2 if you would rather not. I don't mind. Play it again, Sam. Okay. Let me find it. Let me find it. Right. Okay. Yeah, so bear in mind, guys, this is 2 hours after she had woken up. Now, I was under the impression that she had gone downstairs and found Torres in the suitcase at 11 a.m. But as you're going to find out from the body cam later on, she the investigators are querying her about this, and she actually um, states that she stayed in bed. She didn't get up straight away, so she stayed in bed for quite some time and then went downstairs to find him. So that sounds kind of dodgy as well. It just depends if you believe her or not. But regardless, this is 2 hours after she woke up, and it's after her ex-husband has come round and told her to call.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, Frantd.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Fire risk. That's the location, Mercy.
That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3.
France Court.
France Court.
Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Hillwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's the apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
Right now?
Okay, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay. So he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No, he's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah, okay. Well,
but nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay, listen to me. There's a defibrillator available. I need you to get it for me, okay?
What is it?
You have an AED available?
No.
All right. Are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am, listen. So listen, is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff.
Right. Okay. All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right. Okay. Listen. Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm not even sure if she really did do CPR straight away. I think it was blatantly obvious that he was dead the minute she opened the suitcase. She probably attempted to do it when they were asking her to do it on the phone, out of desperation. I would just like to know if she really did stay in bed for that extra hour and a half, or if she did find him, at 11 a.m. when she woke up. I'd love to know what she did for those 2 hours.
Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay? All right? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And?
Please! Okay, he just gurgled.
Okay. Listen to me. All right? I want you to place the heel of your hand.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, man, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me, ma'am.
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. You still make me count.
Right, okay, that's fine. You do a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's all right. They're getting there as fast as they can, along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, just keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Please hurry.
Right, okay.
Horrible. This is horrific. What happened? Like, what happened?
Okay, man, just keep on pumping his chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
Yes. I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good. And you found them in a suitcase, you said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think they're here.
Right, just keep on pumping his chest until they take over, okay?
I am.
Okay.
Open. Come in. Can I stop pumping now?
Let them take over for you, okay?
When was the last time anybody saw him? Last night. Okay. We were playing hide and seek. He hid in the potato. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, he's been down too long. There's nothing we can do for him.
Yeah, so that's when the EMS arrived, obviously, and took over. And I don't know if you heard the EMS say to her there's nothing we can do. He's gone. They knew instantly that he had passed on. Now I'm gonna play the recordings that she took on her phone. Okay, the video recordings of him while he was in the suitcase. But I've cut out George, okay, because I've already played it before and it's pretty brutal to hear, okay. So I've just isolated herself, okay, so that you can just hear her tone, you can hear how cruel she's being, and almost as importantly, so you can hear exactly how inebriated she is, okay? Because her entire defense to me is basically going to hinge upon that. Now, there's another factor that she stated that they had one bottle of wine, I assume between two of them, right? But during the interrogation, the interrogator said that they found two receipts for two bottles of wine that were purchased on that day. So I don't know if she just dug herself in a hole because she was insecure about her drinking problem. And that's also going to be confirmed when you hear her ex-husband later on during the body cam. Or if she really only did have one bottle of wine, and then she has less of a case to make a case of mitigating circumstances, right? But just prior to me playing this, actually no, I'll play this first, and then I just want to take a straw poll after you guys hear this, because it may sway your opinion if you've not heard this yet.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. That's on you. It's on you. Real or ransom. Might want to give it for it extra. Because I got this.
Terrible.
Real or oh. That's what when you drink on me. Fuck you. Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up. Shh.
And just to point out as well for anyone that doesn't know, you see how the suitcase is upside down there? Well, there's the other video that she took, it was the other way around. I can't remember in which order, but it obviously shows that she had like kicked it over or thrown it over, you know? Okay, so guys, I'm just want to ask, this is just to ask your opinion from everything you've seen of this, everything you've heard of this. Type a 1 if you are of the opinion that she most likely blacked out and didn't realize that he was at risk of dying. Type a 2 if you think she was aware but she just didn't give a shit. So type a 1 if you think she was so hammered that it's possible that she blacked out and didn't know what she was doing. Type a 2 if you think she just did not give a shit. One, two, one. Go one. Or put a 0.5, or put a 3 if you're not sure. Okay, more ones than I expected, to be honest. It's you and Cheryl, Helen, against the world. Cheryl says, I don't think she ever thought he would die, but she did want to make him suffer. But no, I don't believe she blacked out. Okay. Broken justice is in between 1 and 2. Okay. Interesting. This is why it's going to be so intriguing to watch the trial, right? Because there's going to be more information that we're not aware of. You think I should play the video with his voice, Cheryl? What do you guys think? I can do that if you like. Okay, type a 1 if you want me to play the video The actual proper video with his voice in it. Okay. Yeah, it shows the malice. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to, because I've played it before, I wanted to be careful with playing it again, but if you're all okay with that, I'll play it. You're right, it does show it in more context, right? Okay.
Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, dude. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, dude. That's on you. Sarah, I can't breathe. It's on you. Sarah. Real or ransom. I want to give it for it extra. Because I got this. Sarah. Real or ransom. Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, dude. Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me. Sarah. Fuck you. Breathe, Sarah. Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up. Sarah. Shh.
Yeah, there's no sound in this one, but you can see the suitcase being turned over there. Yeah, you're right, Cheryl. They don't have to prove premeditation for second degree in Florida, which I think is different from some other states. It's that whole thing about the having no regard for life. That's what the kind of crux is for me in the definition. Um, I agree enough that she definitely wanted him to suffer. I mean, there's clear bitterness and anger in her voice there. But you don't think she wanted to kill him, right? I think it's either she was so drunk that she didn't realize that the suitcase was zipped all the way up and that he couldn't get himself out, or she just was so drunk that she blacked out before remembering to let him out, right? That seems like such um, a big ask, right? To assume that someone could forget in a situation like that, but just don't know. Jackie says, I don't know, a jury could give her second on just this, because my God, it's heartbreaking, regardless of her being blasted. But I know it's so bad, right? It is so bad for her. It's the fact that she handed over the evidence without a thought in the world. She had clearly forgotten that she'd taken the video. To me, that's evidence of a blackout. Why on earth would she not delete that? At least attempt to delete it. They may be able to still trace it on the phone, but you think she would attempt to delete it? Helen says, I don't believe she blacked out, but I don't believe she wanted him dead, but it's clear that it's possible he would die. Exactly, right? It is. But Was she so inebriated that her rationality lost, like she wasn't able to rationalize how much danger he was in? That's such a grey area. Cheryl says, so her thinking he could get out is one thing, but the fact he said many times he couldn't breathe is the indifference to life. You make a good case. Yeah, you do. You do. Broken Justice, he really is telling her he can't breathe, and she's just laughing. Yep. That right there alone, she should get second degree, alcohol or no alcohol. I'm still sticking to manslaughter, guys. Hey Jules, your internet's buffering. Who's in the suitcase? It's her boyfriend. Her boyfriend of 3-4 years. They were playing some stupid game of hide and seek, and she blacked out. Apparently, she claims she blacked out, and then she woke up in the morning and he'd suffocated. And she's been charged with second-degree murder. And the trial apparently is coming up on the 25th of July, but I've not been able to confirm that. Jackie agrees with me. Jackie Hughes. Drunk, no intent, but she looks like a monster. He should so be alive right now. Yeah, she looked absolutely terrible. Oh, hey, watching the fake detectives, how are you? Or she really did intend for him to die and worry about what to say the next day. But then, how do you explain her leaving the videos on there and just handing over the laptop? Sorry, her phone. Cheryl, do we know it was on her phone and they didn't get it from a cloud backup? I'm 90% sure they got it straight from her phone, without it being backed up or anything. Stand up. I do nothing. I'm very drunk. Broke. Cheryl says maybe she thought she deleted it. Yeah, I honestly, from watching the interrogation and just the way that they presented the evidence in the video, I think that would have been stated. I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure it wasn't backed up. It was still on her phone. Broken Justice. Zipped up, yeah, but she went upstairs and went to sleep, and I think she thought in the morning that she would wake up and he would still be asleep in the suitcase, not dead. That's the thing, right? I mean, she could have been so drunk, as I say, her rationality went out the window, and it just didn't occur to her that he would actually run out of air in there. Like, there's two possibilities that she just literally blacked out, right? Like, she just fell unconscious before she could actually go back down and stop torturing him, or she was so drunk that she didn't realize the danger he was in and that he would literally suffocate. Yeah, enough. Good question. They actually asked her about that, and she said that the suitcase did start off downstairs because they were apparently getting ready to take some items to charity. So they had the suitcase downstairs to prepare for that, right? But I'm not too sure because if what the neighbor claims is correct, that there was loud banging sounds from the stairs, a lot of people think that she probably threw him down the stairs while in the suitcase, and that explains all the bruises and marks, which would lead you to believe that the suitcase was upstairs to begin with, right? And she just threw him down the stairs. Oh, hey, iPhone Dory, good to see you. How are you? Are you aware of this case, Dory? Sarah Bin? I'm just gonna play so this is the morning after, and I'm going to play it in a second. So this is minutes after the 911 call. So it's about just after 2 hours after Sarah has woken up.
He was last seen last night, so.
Did you call it? What time did you call it?
I'll get a time.
Yeah, and just to give credit to Mentor Lawyer, this is from his channel. Let me just put his link in the chat here, and I'll put it in the video description once this is done. If you guys want to go over and check his channel, subscribe, I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Hello there. You live here?
Yes.
Okay, I'll talk to you. We gotta get some information
I
from the
know.
fire
That's
department.
my the property manager. I don't know if I should go tell him really quick or
We'll
just so he
take
knows
care of
what's going
that.
on.
Where is he at?
He wants that way.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that for you, okay?
I had a cigarette lit.
I'll get it for you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay?
I really need something to drink.
Okay, well,
I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter.
okay, we'll take care of you. Give me 1 second.
That's what I've been thinking about Broken Justice, the 2-hour gap. And it's so annoying here because the cop here on the left actually asks her the question and then she drops the ball before getting an answer, and it's so frustrating.
You can't go back inside. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, those are like 3.5.
To me, Helen, she looks in absolute utter shock. To me.
Years.
What happened?
He and we drank last night. We had a.
Can you pass this to the around to the FD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're not.
Oh, they're not leaving? Okay.
I think I woke her up.
No. Each of them has to. So this might be a real scene. So each of them has to put their name.
Normally
in
we all I just put everybody.
Do you think, Cheryl? I think she looks like absolute shit here. Maybe the resolution is not good enough.
Yeah, you calling Reservoir?
What's going on?
So
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase. Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. I tried giving you some.
Yeah, I know what you mean, guys. I know what you mean, Cheryl and Helen, right? It doesn't. That's not what shock normally looks like, right? But you have to bear in mind that this woman is an alcoholic, right? I think she is in. Her adrenaline is going through the roof, you right? Because she's stopped drinking a matter of what, 7-8 hours prior to this, a bit longer, and she will be getting the shakes from that. It's going to really affect her. Her body will be all jitters. It will be pulsating, and then she's got this shock of both her boyfriend being dead, and secondly that she is in deep trouble. Now, I don't think she's quite aware of how much trouble she's in, but she must know to a certain extent. She's got a hell of a lot of explaining to do. And then thirdly, as you'll find out soon here, and if you've seen the interrogation, she's in fear of her life due to what she is expecting the repercussions to be from George's family, who apparently can't stand her.
Problem is I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes.
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs.
Yeah, so this is one of the important bits here, guys. I want you to just replay this here.
I was awake, but I actually got out. I called you guys. I tried giving you CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever.
So she says she was awake at 11, but she got out of bed at 12:30, right? That was her. Do you believe her? It's like that problem's just occurred to her right there when the cop says it's 1 o'clock right now.
What to do? Okay. So guys, I tried giving you CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him and I took him out and I tried doing CPR and then I called him and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband or your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay.
Helen thinks she's lying there. Type a 1 if you think she's lying about her reason for it taking so long to call. Do you believe her when she says she stayed in bed to 12:30? Type a 1 if you believe her. Sorry, type a 1 if you think she's lying. Type a 2 if you believe her. Hey, Melanie. Good point. Watching the fake detectives. All alcoholics are accomplished liars. All addicts, per se, are accomplished liars, right? Okay, so we've got a couple of people that believe her. Nuff and Stand Up. Jackie Hughes thinks that she was freaking out. So most people think she's lying. Jackie believes her. Yeah, so most people, I would say, are doubting her. I think either way, it's not crystal clear, right? Regardless of what you think, I would imagine it's not like a slam dunk either way to me, right?
So,
and I promise, I see shock in her face. I know a couple of guys are disagreeing, but I do.
you were playing and who did come up and...
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. No, you're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what
I
happened.
fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or
What
what.
kind of medical conditions does he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that I
didn't take
know
any
of.
medicine
No.
last night?
No.
Okay.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek.
Mhm.
That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just find that bit that you're referring to again, Cheryl. I tried. I didn't get out of bed until... What was she going to say she tried?
Guys.
I think she was going to say she tried CPR, right?
I tried giving you CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I...
Yeah. That's a good point you make there.
Yes!
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed.
Was she about to say I tried to resuscitate him there? Or I tried to wake him up? I tried to wake him up. My gut tells me that she did not stay in bed, that she found him earlier and just freaked the fuck out for 2 hours. That's what my gut tells me.
At like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh,
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So
Just give us a second, okay?
somebody else on that call it's on the counter.
I can't move anything from out of the house.
Thirsty, like I'm
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal
I
with,
need
right? Sit.
May I have some water? Just water.
I can get you some water, okay? Just I want you not on your feet because I don't want you passing out on me.
I need, please, I need water.
Okay, I'll get some for you.
He's trying to, Charlie, but you on it.
Yeah. It felt like she was about to say I tried to wake him up, right?
Okay, so you don't live here in this house?
No. I live down in Lake Winona Cove.
Lake Winona Cove. Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me how you came here today, or
Well, I had been calling.
come down here. We gotta talk.
So this is obviously the ex-husband, and the extent of Sarah's problems are going to be rather obvious to you when you hear his statement to the cop here.
I've been calling since.
You've been calling your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out because this is supposed to be her day. So, her child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it. She
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then.
She was back and said.
You've been calling your ex-wife or current?
Yeah.
So just in case you didn't hear that there, he refers to the fact that they obviously share, they've got one kid together, an 11-year-old boy, who's at school at the moment, of course, and this was supposed to be Sarah's day having their child. And he explains this to the cop here, and that he was trying to get in contact with Sarah from about 11:30 onwards, and he was calling every half an hour, right? So if she's stating that she stayed in bed till 12:30, why was she not answering the phone? Is it because she was downstairs freaking out, right? And he also brings up the point that she's really unreliable. He can never rely on her because of her drink problem. He actually states this to the cop, right? This is the ex-husband saying this to the cop. So that just underlines the extent to her drinking problem.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out because this is supposed to be her day. So, her child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it. She can drink.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Sorry about that. My headset came out and it knocked off the sound. 2 seconds, I'll get this straight back up. Can you not hear this, guys? Can you hear me? What? Hello? Hello? You should be able to hear it. How can you not hear it? Let me know if you can hear it now. You should be able to.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called. You get over here.
I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out if she's going to be at Lucas. That's what she told me everything's going on.
Okay.
I got my stuff together.
Let me.
Puppy up in this crate. When I was 12, to find out I'm really not going.
Came here today, or
well, I had been calling.
Come down here. We gotta talk.
I've been calling since.
You've been calling your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out because this is supposed to be her day. So, her child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it. She drink.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her at 12:49. Which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here. And then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to.
Who called? Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called.
That's the big question, Cheryl, right? It was him calling and him turning up and telling her to call 911. It looks so bad for her. How long was she going to wait?
Called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called her.
Give me 1 second, okay?
But I called her initially.
Could be, Jackie. It could be the ex that actually woke her up. He said he started calling at 11:30. She says she woke up at 11.
Or in your car, by any chance?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't.
Okay, so she calls, you get over here.
I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out if she's going to be up Lucas. That's when she told me everything's going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up in this crate. When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming. And then I got over here right after
Did you
that.
go inside and see and then?
I walked inside the front. I didn't see the little front tile area.
Come on, step this way.
I saw legs. I just didn't really want to be anywhere around it. So I told her.
Well, just for the sake of the crime scene, I want to know if I were to find your footprint, it would be because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make entry the threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it was just in that. I've been over here before.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So
I touched doorknob. I don't think I touched anything in the kitchen. I don't know if that really matters.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're gonna make a few phone calls and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before.
I've met him before. Yes. Okay. Yes. They've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You guys have called over here quite a few times.
For the two of them?
Yeah, he's been arrested like 5 times.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with.
So,
I haven't been here personally.
So
they have
he's currently on parole because of it. So
what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're gonna make a few.
Yeah, so the ex-husband's not holding back here. He's letting the cop know that they've got a whole fun history, was his words. Talking about the fact that the cops have been round before, that he's been in and out of prison, and that she bails him out, and there's been a lot of domestic violence going on. He's already mentioned the problems that she has with alcohol. Get in the picture, right?
Phone calls and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before.
I've met him before. Yes. Okay. Yes. They've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You guys have called over here quite a few times.
For the two of them?
Yeah, he's been arrested like 5 times.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with. I haven't been here personally. So they have
he's currently on parole because of it. So
because of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Last time he got retrial something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class.
Okay.
I know he was doing it at a parole officer. Stuff like that. But I mean, like every time she'd have him arrested, the next day she was trying to get him bailed out too. So I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's getting water from the tap. She's probably gonna pass out on it. Okay. Well, listen, please do me a tight.
Oh, no.
I'll make a few phone
not a problem.
calls.
I mean,
where's your kid need to be picked up?
Lakemont Elementary.
How soon though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
I
Okay.
normally leave out.
Let me try and get this going for you because I know you need that.
Okay, so this is a little bit later here, and you recognise these are the two investigators that did the interrogation of Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. You get enough water? No, if you want to stay seated, I don't want you getting lightheaded. So remember I said the detectives were going to come out and talk to you and go from there. You know what I'm saying? They're here. They're going to ask you a few questions and then go from there, okay? All right.
All right, Sarah, my name's Chelsea. My partner, Scott. To my understanding, you reside here? Yes. Okay. Is it just you? And George. Okay.
I have a 9-year-old. It's 50-50 with Ryan, my former husband.
Your former husband. Okay. But you reside here with George, and then your son lives with you, or lives there? It's 50.
Jackie says, looked up emotional shock. She could be exhibiting that. I think she's in shock. I do, but I think it's a combination of shock and this strange adrenaline that someone that has such a problem as Sarah clearly does with alcohol, to be off alcohol for 8-9 hours, it's going to mess up their body and their mind so much. So it's a kind of combination of all that messiness going on.
50.
Yeah.
Okay. So from what
Rodriguez
has told me, she explained last night that you guys were drinking a bottle of wine, and around midnight, you decided you guys.
12:30ish. Yeah.
Okay. You guys decided to.
Good question. Watching the fake detectives. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. There's been no information to say that he was. I think he did drink, but I don't think to the extent that Sarah did. I think he's possibly had maybe some issues with substances, maybe at some point, but it's too hard to say, really.
Play hide and seek.
Well, we were playing hide and seek, and then
Was your son home at the time, or okay?
Hi again, Irish Eyes. Yeah, she's absolutely dying for a drink.
no, with my
Ex.
with Brian.
Okay.
Decided to play. We were just stupid like that. Like,
Sure.
we were putting puzzles together. We were doing artwork. You can see the puzzle that we finished in there, and then
Cheryl, I suspect that she had topped herself up by the time of the interrogation to give her what she needed to get through that period, what she hoped was going to be her getting through that and returning home. I think she had topped herself up with something. I guarantee if they did a toxicology on her before that interrogation, they would have found that she had had alcohol prior to the night that this happened.
the artwork, and then decided to play hide and seek, just being stupid.
Okay.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too, to dip him up in there. I go upstairs and fell asleep. So this morning, this afternoon, when I actually got up out of the bed, I thought for sure he was downstairs in the laptop because he was being really quiet. But then I came upstairs and I'm like, where is he? Like, and then that's when I found him.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. And then you weren't sure about if you woke up this morning
It was afternoon. I mean, I was
or
awake,
this afternoon.
but I just didn't want to come downstairs. So I
Okay.
just laid in the bed for a little while. And then I eventually came downstairs and was confused about where he was. And then I was like, oh my God, he's in the suitcase still. So I pulled him out and I stretched him out and I started to try to do CPR on him. I called you guys. Well, I called Brian.
Okay.
And then as soon as he got here, which is 30 seconds down the road, I called you guys.
Okay.
And the person on the phone had me do the concussions continually still and count with him until you guys showed up.
Okay. And so as a part of our investigation, we obviously have to go inside the house. We have to look at things. Are you okay with us
Yes.
going in the house and looking at things?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And forensics, so we have to have our forensics crime scene investigators come out. Are you also okay with them coming inside,
Do
taking
whatever you need to
photographs
do.
and
Whatever
okay.
you need to do.
Okay.
Can I ask, is Brian, I'm sorry, George, was he diagnosed with
See, that's the thing, Jules. Jules says it's very hard, it's very sad, sorry, when people have an addiction. Yeah, it's an illness, essentially, right? I mean, a lot of people would hate to use that term for an addiction. I mean, those that do have an addiction, they are ultimately responsible for that addiction, regardless of the troubles that have gone on in their life, right? But nevertheless, I cannot help but have sympathy for her in this particular case. I do not, I have a hard time believing that anything like this could possibly have happened if it wasn't for such a problem with alcohol. And I know most people will find it hard to sympathize with her. Jewel says, my sister was an alcoholic. She turned into a different person. Yeah. Cheryl says, so the takeaway is if you're on trial, you don't want me or Helen on the jury. But if I'm on trial, I want Nuff and stand up on my jury.
Any kind of medical history?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't take drugs. I mean, we'll have the occasional bottle of wine here and there, but I don't.
So if you didn't hear that there, they're asking her about his kind of substance usage or alcohol usage, and she states that he has the odd drink now and again, and he's taken drugs maybe occasionally in the past, but it's not a big deal basically. But it's hard to believe her because she was denying that she had any kind of drink problem, and it's obvious, it's clear that she does. So who knows?
No, like,
That was going to be my next question. So you guys don't know.
Just like someone said earlier in chat, any addict is an exercised liar. They are a practiced liar, something that they have to do just on their day-to-day existence, you know? It's a second nature.
Normally drink, you just drink once in a while, or?
well, I'm gonna say like, okay, I guess normal drinking is like we will have like a glass of wine or two, like while we're cooking dinner. Sure. Here, and we'll play a board game with him. I mean, all the games are in there. But I mean, it's not like
A couple of beers a day.
well, but I don't understand though, like for the little bit that we had, like that had anything to do with it. Like I don't know if he had a heart attack or a stroke or an aneurysm or what happened.
So this is the beginning of her starting to dig her own hole. Like she just stated there. I don't understand this. I mean, we just had a few drinks. Let me just go back to that bit. To me, like I said when I was covering the interrogation, she kind of shot herself in the foot because she seemed, incredibly enough, to be more preoccupied with her insecurity about revealing the extent of her problem with alcohol than she was just shocked at what had occurred in the what you'd assume would be the grief that she should have been suffering. She was more defensive about the alcohol than anything else.
So you guys don't normally drink, you just drink once in a while, or?
Well, I'm gonna say like, okay, I guess normal drinking is like we will have like a glass of wine or two, like
A glass of wine or two. Does anyone believe that they normally just occasionally have a glass or two? No one, right?
while we're cooking dinner. Sure.
But this is how she dug her own hole, because when they show her the video of him screaming to be let out of the suitcase, and then having explained that she went to bed, well, if you only had a glass or two of wine, if you weren't plastered drunk, then how do you explain it? And that's when that was the only point at which she had to own up to being really drunk.
Here, and we'll play a board game with him. I mean, all the games are in there. But I mean, it's not like
Yeah, a bottle or three.
A couple of beers a day.
Well, but I don't understand though, like for the little bit that we had, like that had anything to even do with it. Like I don't know if he had a heart attack or a stroke or an aneurysm or what happened to him. I don't know.
And were you guys together all day? Okay. Here?
Yes.
Like you, neither of you left the apartment yet?
I hear you, Broken Justice. You would assume her being an alcoholic, the first thing she would have done in the morning after finding him was grab a drink, right? I can only assume she must have drank it all, right? The apartment had to have been empty.
Yesterday?
I think he drove up to the convenience store to get cigarettes.
Okay.
But I mean, you could walk there.
Does he have any history of any drugs? I know he doesn't now because you said he doesn't, but
I don't know.
as far as you've ever known him, you've never seen him.
No. I mean, he's from Philadelphia, and he grew up in Philadelphia, and then he went to Massachusetts, and then from Massachusetts he came down here. So I don't really know like a whole lot of like medical history or anything.
How long
like
have you guys been together?
Almost 4 years, like 3.5 years.
You guys been living here the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. He's never been to the doctor or to the hospital during that time?
He and his brother got into a really bad argument at one point. He had to have facial.
The thing is, Melanie, Chris Watts is also a murderer, right? And funnily enough, Sarah Boone got herself locked up even quicker than Chris Watts got himself locked up, right? But you can't put Sarah here into the same bracket as Chris Watts, surely, right? They're not both in the same category. There is a difference. She did not murder him. She's absolutely culpable, but just not of literal murder to me.
Reconstruction, but he had been in the hospital from that, and then I talked him into going to see like a regular physician so he could get just like a regular like checkup thing.
Yeah.
But there were no red flags. Right?
How long ago was that?
The surgery or
Yeah,
the doctor?
both.
The surgery I think was at this point what 2.
Yeah, well, I might agree with that actually, Melanie. You can't put her in the same category as drunk drivers. Yeah.
Years maybe, 2.5 years. The checkup was probably a good 2 years too.
Okay.
And the suitcase is still in there?
Yep, always.
Is it normally stored down there? Did you guys travel recently?
No, he was going to start putting some of the, what do you call it, donation in there. So that's why
it's out?
Yes.
Okay. You guys didn't receive.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm excited you're watching this. I just got off work. And
Oh, did you?
here we are with Sarah Boone. Yeah.
You're quite quiet. It's hard to hear you.
Oh. Is it better? Oh.
That's better. That's better.
Okay. Sorry.
So for anyone that doesn't know, myself and Melanie, we went through a couple of videos on this, didn't we? The interrogation.
Yeah. I'm like 100% that this girl is a murderer, 2nd degree. She didn't mean to do it. It was a total accident. Doesn't mean that it wasn't murder. She was so mean to him.
Well,
she did it.
Let me just bring up the. You can see the screen still, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You may well be right, okay, because they have legitimately charged her with murder. You are right, okay? 2nd degree murder, of course, right? But do you see that part there where it says regardless of human life? That's my sticking point, right? I mean, I thought initially it was all about intent, right? But Cheryl managed to alleviate me of that confusion. Okay, so I am now sticking to this part here, regardless of human life. I don't think she was aware of the danger of his actual life. Okay.
She was. Go ahead.
Well, that's it, really. I just think there's enough. It's the combination of of the history that she has as being an alcoholic and of denying it, right? You've got the husband, the ex-husband confirming it there. You've got the fact that she had made no attempt whatsoever to hide the evidence, okay? The fact that she filmed him being so intolerably cruel to the guy. I think that's enough to make a good case that is mitigating circumstances to bring it down to manslaughter.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a hard time convincing people that it is 2nd degree murder. They're going to see it as she didn't mean to do it. It was an accident, blah, blah, blah. Even though it was a murder. Like, she murdered him. He was telling her that he couldn't breathe. And she was just like, I don't care. That she didn't even care. And you could say all as you want that she didn't realize that he was in that, but he was telling her over and over again. So
he was.
So, and just because she's drunk doesn't excuse that in any way. It makes it like worse.
But her brain wasn't working the way it normally would, though. If she wasn't in that state, right?
Yeah, well, then she shouldn't have gotten that drunk. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah,
And then even if she did just forget, which I think she meant to leave him there as punishment for the night. He can just stick it out in the suitcase overnight, and I'll get him out in the morning, and that's what he gets. But I mean,
I've heard a few people actually say that. Actually, I think someone said that in chat earlier that she possibly just thought that she could wake up in the morning and he would have been okay when she got up. Like she just maybe didn't realize,
Yeah.
that you would run out of fucking air in there, right?
Well, and then she was just dismissing it, and when they said why don't in the interrogation, she's just like, oh, that's just how he is. Like if she thought he was over exaggerating, that he couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
She just didn't care at all.
She brought up something about the boy crying wolf or something, didn't she?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that it was just him being stupid, and instead of actually taking him as he was really crying out for help. And
yeah.
I don't know, I just can't I can't see her in the same category as even like a drunk driver, even though Cheryl the other day,
Yeah.
I think she was spot on and pretty much on everything that she was saying. I think even as far as she thinks that killing somebody while drunk driving should be second degree. It's kind of the same thing, but I don't know. It's going to be hard for the jury, I think.
It is, and like I'm not arguing against them actually charging her for second degree. I mean, it's absolutely obvious that they're entitled to do that if you look at the wording, right, and you look at the evidence. There's definitely a case to make the charge. I just don't think they're going to succeed. But I'll be damn interested to watch it because there's obviously going to be other information that we're not aware of, right?
Yeah.
Like, did she really throw him down the stairs in the suitcase? That if that's true, then she's in
Big
deep shit.
trouble. Yeah, they don't really. Yeah, and in the interview, it kind of gets cut. Like Sarah Boone talks over the detective saying that the wounds on him were considered blunt force trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting to see how extensive that was. How badly he was beat up.
Yeah.
It could have just been maybe he did fall off the bike. She says like he fell off the bike or something like that, but I don't think so. I think that they were really into him being really
They were quite
injured.
physical, right?
Yeah,
they've got a history of being physical.
So I don't know. Is that the kid in the suitcase?
Yeah, this is my next item to make my case here is the fact that this is something that she put on Facebook way prior to this occurring, right? Was it her that put it on Facebook? Can you remember, Melanie?
Yeah, it was her. I don't know if that's her husband. I don't know who the guy was. They didn't say who the kid was. I mean, I'm guessing that had to have been her kid, right? Like
most likely, they just couldn't say who it was. But the point is that they put it on. They put these pictures, this one and this one, onto Facebook as a kind of they were just messing around, right? Seeing if they could zip up their kid in a suitcase for some fucking reason, right? But the point is that CPS got called, okay, to investigate. And they spoke to the kid, and the kid said that it was all fine. They were just all playing along together, and then the CPS were fine with that, and they were happy to leave it at that. But the reason I'm showing this is because it kind of a lot of people find it hard to believe that they would have played hide and seek in a suitcase. It's like, well, surely he must have somehow tricked him into getting into the suitcase, right? But there's just no way that they were.
No.
It was definitely voluntary. The problem is that she fucking left him in there and started taunting him and being horrible to him, and then fell asleep, right?
Yeah.
But there's no way he didn't get in there voluntarily.
No, I agree. And even if she didn't throw him down the stairs, anything like that, she obviously flipped him around a couple of times. I mean, they know that she did that. So, I mean, and I can't imagine that's going to feel any better.
Yeah, and he was super skinny, Shirley. He looked really thin. Let me just get a picture for anyone that's not seen. George. Yeah, so that's George. It's kind of hard to find any pictures of George that aren't, mugshots, because he was in and out of prison a lot. But yeah, he was really thin. Okay, so I'm just going to roll the rest of this. Have you seen this body cam, Melanie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's only another few minutes to go here.
They travel somewhere or anything like that.
After you zipped them up, did you move the bag around and mess with them at all, or you just zipped it up and walked away?
My both were laughing about it, but I went upstairs and I fell asleep.
Okay. But what position was he in when he went in? Was he sitting on his rear end and his head up, and he just kind of bent over?
Okay, so like this is the suitcase. Like this was his head, and then knees right here, and his feet were down.
So he was laying on his side.
Yes. Yes.
You just closed the flap and zipped it around.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we were playing.
Understandably. Okay.
So he said that I needed to tell you guys about his family. Like, who do I talk to about that?
We're gonna do that once we walk through and see. Yeah, we're
not
gonna.
going anywhere. We're gonna be
I'm
here
just telling you, like,
Yeah, this is gonna be a
I'm
while.
afraid for my life. I want you to know that. I'm
Why
afraid
is that?
for my life. His family have never liked me. I'm the blue-eyed white devil, is what they call me. So they've never liked me. They've never taken me in. They've never accepted me. I'll put it.
Yeah, watching the fake detectives, he does look addict thin. Hate to say it, but it's true. Cheryl is saying if they happen to have got DNA, if there's blood in the inside of the suitcase, then that's pretty bad news for Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it was bleeding out of his mouth. At least she says that. I don't remember if it was in the 911 call or something, but she said that there was some blood coming. But I mean,
I remember Chelsea, the interrogator, mentioning a cut lip from the autopsy.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And he was on his side, according to Sarah there, in the suitcase.
That way.
Have you called any of them?
We talked to his daughters yesterday.
No, I mean like about this. Does
No.
anyone know? Okay.
That's
So
why
no one's gonna know until we will be making that notification. So
they're going to kill me.
Okay. Well,
Do they live local?
Yes, they're down the road. They're going to kill me. His kids are going to kill me in Philadelphia. They're going to kill me. This was not intentional.
Okay.
And they're not going to understand that. They're not going to accept it.
we're gonna do a thorough investigation, and we will definitely make sure that you don't feel scared when we leave here. Okay.
And my 9-year-old.
Well, he's at school. Or he's with your husband.
I know. Well,
ex-husband.
Your husband said that, or your ex-husband said he made arrangements for your 9-year-old to be picked up.
Oh, okay, Mom. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go inside if that's okay.
Yes, please. But you guys just keep me posted,
Of
so
course.
I know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't.
All you have to do is get their attention if you have a question or you need to talk to us. He's standing right there. She'll be right here.
Yeah. Okay, but will you guys tell me, like, so you're telling me, like, you won't call whoever it is without telling me, right?
No.
I mean, I have all their phone.
And we're not calling. We're not making phone calls. We're actually going to speak to them in person.
Yeah.
We
That'll
are.
be later
They're
on.
going to. Okay.
It'll
You'll
be
know
later.
prior to us making any
I'm
contact.
not going to be here.
Okay.
They're going to kill me.
Okay.
We'll address all of that,
Yes.
okay, before we leave. Okay?
This was.
Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just stay seated, okay, Sarah? I know you're panicking, okay? Just relax. We'll come and talk to you. We'll keep checking on you.
That's normal when someone passes away. Lividity, turn.
As soon as the heart stops beating, the blood starts to settle to the lowest points of the body, and then it becomes very pronounced. So that's
Yeah, do you agree with Cheryl there, Melanie, that it's so dodgy that she's worrying so quickly about the danger that she's in from his family at this stage?
No, because they
No?
probably hated her. I mean, there's probably a lot of baggage going on. Like when she's talking about how he was going back and forth between his parents and her, and because they were always fighting all the time, and they told him that not to come back if you go and live with her again, don't come back, and this and that. So I think there was a lot of stuff. And I mean, if I killed somebody and I had some beef with the family, I would be totally worried that they would be after me too. So I mean, I don't know, but I don't know if she's over exaggerating it a little, maybe just to get some extra protection or what. But I mean,
yeah. I think she actually refers more to it here in this section coming up, guys.
I'm like really scared. I want you guys to know that.
You have all these deputies here, so while we're here, nothing's going to happen to you. Before we go and make any notifications, you'll have plenty of time to leave or do what you need to do. Whatever you need to do.
But like, I don't, like, this was totally like
I know, right?
intentionally.
Yes, please.
Is anybody else having to show up, or everybody's here that needs to be here?
My team's here that needs to be here. The medical examiners will show up when we call them, but we're not ready for them yet.
So, like, do you guys tell his family, like, today or after tomorrow?
We have to.
It's the law. They're going to think I killed him.
Why would they think that?
They always have said that. They've always have said that.
What have they
I
said?
told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to live with me.
Did I get to the end of it?
Do you guys tell his family, like, today or tomorrow?
We have to.
It's the law.
We have to go.
They're going to think I killed him.
Why would they think that?
They always have said that. They've always have said that.
What have they
I
said?
told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to live with.
Yeah, so that's the end of it. Wow. Let me check some of your guys' comments. Oh, Melanie, have you managed to get any confirmation of whether a trial date has been set? Someone mentioned yesterday. It's the 25th.
no, I forgot. I was gonna look up that today. Because I saw those dates that she gave, the 15th and 16th, but I thought that was for 2021. So I don't know if it just happens to be the same dates, or maybe she didn't see the correct dates. Oh, my dog's gonna start freaking out. I'm gonna put it on mute.
Oh, you're okay. Broken Injustice, are they going to have the trial where the public can see it? As far as I know, yeah, it was actually, because it's been postponed 3 or 4 times. As I say, she's been incarcerated for over 2 years waiting for trial. And initially, when it was when the trial date had been set up, it was confirmed it was going to be shown to the public. So I would imagine it still is going to be. I would just love to get confirmation. I can't remember who mentioned yesterday that they had it was a pre-trial date apparently of the 15th of July and the trial set for the 25th of July.
It was one of the Jackies.
Was it not Jackie that's under the Ed Cupstars?
I think it was the other one.
Okay.
I think.
Is Jackie still in here? Jackie, let us know, please. I don't think she is. No, she's not in here.
Yeah, because I look up stuff for her, and it's just either like the old news from before they postponed it. I don't know. It's just so hard, and I haven't been checking Mental Lawyer in a while either, just because he hadn't been he's more focused on other cases from this. So
He seems to be. I was going to read out the definition in Florida for manslaughter. Broken Justice wanted me to read that out. Let me just find that. Okay. Manslaughter in Florida. The crime of manslaughter can be committed in one of three ways. Voluntary, committing an intentional act that was neither excusable nor justified that resulted in the death of another person. Manslaughter by procurement, which is voluntary manslaughter, persuading, inducing, or encouraging another person to commit an act that resulted in the death of another person. And manslaughter by culpable negligence, engaging in culpably negligent conduct that resulted in the death of another person. That kind of nails it for me there, that one.
Yep.
And it carries a penalty anywhere up to 15 years. I mean, regardless of what you think, she's utterly culpable. Utterly culpable. And it's just amazing to me that she actually thought she was going to get away with this, right? She went into the interrogation with a list of demands that she had, right? She clearly thought she was walking out of that interrogation room like a free woman.
why not? Cheryl says, look, it says pre-trial conference set for June 8th. Oh, yay. Thanks, Cheryl. Did you watch it? Did
Let me
Cheryl
see.
watch it?
Where's that?
The comments, the last one. Oh, no. What? Yeah, Cheryl said.
Oh, you found it on Reddit. I had a look at Reddit earlier, but I couldn't get anything other confirmed on top of Reddit. I just seen a comment, but there was nothing to back it up. Oh, hold on. Watching the fake detectives has found it on Court TV, 26th of July. Okay, so that is. Excellent.
Oh, I was just on Court TV and they didn't show that. What's going on? Thank you. I hope that's true. I hope it doesn't get pushed back.
Oh, so Jackie, as an Ed, is asking for my email. Okay. Here's my email, and you can send me what you've got.
Oh, it was Jackie. Huh? Thanks, Jackie. That's gonna be exciting.
And the pre-trial is the 7th. So I got told the 15th the other day. So it's
Yeah,
the 7th.
I think that was I don't know, because I'm pretty sure I saw those same dates, but it was for last year.
Last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So the 7th and the 26th, right?
yay! How many days is that? It's too many days away. It'll be a Tuesday.
A little more than a month until the trial starts.
Yay!
Oh, Jackie says it was someone else who was dropping the link. Oh yeah, I remember now. So I was thinking about reading out so Sarah has obviously had problems, right, with her with the defense team that she was going to have, and the lawyer asked to be taken off the case, right?
Yeah.
So this was in April. So she wrote a letter to the judge, hoping to make sure that she could be at the pre-trial, which at that point was set for April. So here you see this is a Judge Wayne Wooten, and just to say, guys, this is also from Mentor Lawyer, Deep Dive Crime, so give him credit for that. So she says, Honourable Judge Wooten, thank you foremost and in advance for your invaluable time and concern in this very unexpected and incredibly confusing matter. I am writing in regards to the requested withdrawal, most importantly, of my attorney, Mauricio Padilla, and my team, filed on the 18th of April 2022, that's this year, along with a continuance. Forgive me if this is the wrong approach in contacting you directly, but I wanted you to be fully aware of the magnitude of my shock and disappointment in the betrayal of Mr. Padilla, as I have not in any way by anyone been provided any explanation for the aforementioned withdrawal, etc. I unfortunately had to learn of these documents by my former husband when calling to speak with my son, after making a commitment to me as my attorney over the past 2 years and 2 months ongoing to fully and sufficiently represent me. Also being made to believe that we were a team. I am completely blindsided nonetheless in how this was and is being handled by a professional. I do not understand. With that being said, Your Honour, I am graciously requesting to be included and present, please, at this hearing on Friday the 29th of April at 9:30, so that I am able to learn more and also explain the ongoing legitimate hindrances I have been facing, along with my inability to amply progress in the preparation for my upcoming trial and future. In my opinion, these concerns are what spurred these requests by my attorney in the first place. So she's saying that she thinks that the attorney abandoned her because she was maybe being a bit pushy about her concerns about preparing properly for the upcoming trial. That's her opinion. It is undoubtedly of the utmost importance to me to fight for my truth, and in which I thought my attorney was doing also. Oops. Thank you beyond measure for your very much needed assistance and understanding. I am flying blind. I don't know the process, procedure, or protocol for any of this, since I have never been in the current situation I am in. You don't say. I am I am eager to meet with you to further explain any and all questions or concerns whoever may have. Please know, with great emphasis, I just want to move forward, especially for the length of time already being incarcerated, and remedy this entire predicament, however that may be, in the best possible manner, having my best interest and security above all else. Again, I thank you profusely. I await your response with further direction in order to be in attendance and proceed further. Exceptionally grateful, Sarah Boone. There's nothing crazily revealing in that, really, is it? Other than she's probably quite a hard person to deal with, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's something that you can take away from it. But I can't help but sympathise with her, you know. If it is true that she did black out, then God, what a horrific way to come to realise that you really seriously have a real problem, you know, a real addiction.
Yeah, it's too late by then. I mean, she's got to be over it by now. She hasn't had any drinks in like 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy, lady.
It's 2 years, 4 months that she's been incarcerated since this. She was locked up on the second day after that event.
I mean, wow, she's so nuts, right? I think she was running around crazy for a while. You think when she first woke up, but she obviously didn't look at her phone and see that she had made any videos or anything. Like, didn't even remember doing that? What an idiot!
So, do you agree as well then that she just forgot that she took the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah, I mean, if she remembered she did that, she would have got rid of it. Why would she keep that on there? It's so crazy. She's just a dumbass.
Broken Justice was looking up the manslaughter definition.
Yeah, she's out of control. Yeah, it has to be. Well, so say they just keep going for second degree. If they kind of agree that that's second degree, she's gonna get away with it, like Casey Anthony got away with it. Like it's all or
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I don't think she'll get convicted for second degree. I really don't. Uh,
I don't
I
know.
mean, it's just a feeling, I guess, because we don't have all the information. There, like Cheryl was saying, there could be blood on the inside of the suitcase. They might be able to prove, that there was more harm done to him.
Yeah,
Just don't know yet.
yeah.
What is a pretrial? Asks Jules. Well, I don't really know, but I assume it's just kind of setting up it's just kind of a really administrative thing, isn't it? Just confirming the jury and things like that, and the exact charges, if there's going to be any extra charges added on. Do you know?
No, I'll look up. I think it is though, like what you're saying, like what they're gonna like tell the jury.
And it could be a chance to put forward a plea deal, right? As well, at pre-trial.
Yeah.
Because remember, we were assuming that could be what was causing the delays, that they were trying to negotiate a plea deal down to like manslaughter or third degree.
Yeah, and it says it's a meeting of the defense, the prosecution, and the judge before a trial commences. If one party does not appear, the judge can impose sanctions. During the hearing, a range of documents may be presented, evidence can be presented and excluded, and more. Yeah, so I guess it's just like showing everybody what you're gonna do, maybe.
Oh, I've got an email. Let me have a look here.
I think Jackie said she sent you the screenshots of what she found. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. It was through Reddit, and I think it was a Court TV Reddit thread. I'll have a look at that later. Oh yeah, pre-trial.
Preliminary hearings.
See that there? Pre-trial is the 12th of July, and trial 25th of July. I'll have a look at that thread there later. Thanks for that.
Well, it looks like that's just when they go to show all the stuff that they have to prove that this is a case that can go forward.
Yeah, to show that they have, yeah.
Then all they got to do is show, the video. Her very stupid ass yelling at him the whole time. It's so crazy.
Stand Up says it's going to be one to be glued to. I'm definitely going to be glued to it.
Right?
Broken Justice isn't a pre-trial hearing to see if they have enough evidence to move forward, yeah, with the charges in the trial. Yeah.
Wow. Well, they have enough evidence.
Yeah, it could have been delayed due to COVID as well, I guess.
Yeah, I think the first one was at least. I mean, It's been put off about 4 times, I think, now. Let's go. And she's probably all impatient. I don't know why. She's just going to have to do that time anyway. So she's got 2 months, 2 years and
2 months already served, right?
Yeah. What was it going to be, like 15 years? Yeah.
Up to 15 years if it's manslaughter. It's more for second degree though, right?
I think so. I don't remember. And then who knows if they're going to go in for third degree. Maybe.
Because Cheryl was telling me, she's got quite a bit of experience of the system. When she was actually on a jury, you probably heard her the other day talking about it.
Yeah.
That sometimes they can charge more than one charge, you know, so they could go for second degree and manslaughter apparently.
Yeah.
In case they don't get the first one.
Yeah.
But I guess it's different state to state. Broken Justice Duo was, I think, a pre-trial hearing is where. Oh, I just read that, didn't I? Yeah.
Well, I hope that in Florida that they go for third degree, since that's basically manslaughter. It's just you get called a murderer instead of manslaughter. It's the base. It's the same sentencing as you would have if it was manslaughter.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
the
just
third
goes on
degree
your
one.
record as third. Yeah. So for sure. I just hope she don't get away with it like Casey Anthony, because
I know.
they went full on.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, if it's too high a charge, rather than being held accountable for what she did, she could walk out.
Yeah.
You know,
I hope not.
like see if for Casey and Anthony, if that had just been a like second degree murder charge, there's no way she would have got found innocent. I don't think. I think it's because it was first degree and the death penalty. I think that's how that's the only reason that she didn't get found guilty.
She can't even get like charged with child neglect though. Like they
I know,
can get
right?
her on anything.
I know.
That's just crazy.
I know, it's terrible.
She's the worst.
She's one of the worst, definitely.
Yeah. It's more infuriating that she gets away with it. Like the whole world knows that she did it. And I guess but it was just that they couldn't determine anything by the autopsy. It's just so lame. It's like a really lame way to like just get out of it.
Because it was quite too much time had elapsed from when she went missing to when she was found, from what I remember, right?
Yeah.
So they were quite limited to the evidence.
They couldn't tell how she died.
Yeah.
That's terrible. This girl's out of control. I just really wanted her to get nailed with second degree so bad. I'm like, oh, sorry, it wasn't intentional. Blah blah blah, it wasn't intentional. Like, doesn't matter. Control yourself, man. If you can't drink, I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people would argue it's an actual illness, It just depends how you view it, I guess. Stand Up says, sorry folks, got to sleep. Have a great rest of the live. I'll catch up in the morning. Appreciate it, Stand Up. Thanks for coming in. Look at me, I'm way behind again in the chat. I'm terrible at that. Whenever I try and put the comments on the screen, I fall way behind. I think I'm pretty much
I was
ready.
so happy the other day when you were telling her this case, and
Yeah.
then she was like, "Oh, I don't know, that sounds like second degree." I was like, "Yeah."
You were loving her, right? Because she's closer to
No,
she's
but I
closer
love
to your
this
side,
chick.
right?
Yeah. And she was saying it way better than me, like the way she was explaining it was way bit more articulate than me. I was so happy.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were like, "I love this girl. I love this girl." Does anyone know what the bail was? It was quite.
I don't think she got any,
I
right?
think that's right. She didn't get. Yeah, there was no
Yeah.
bail.
I don't think they do. Are they like California? Like if in California, if you're going down for murder, I don't think you get bail.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know if Florida is the same.
Everyone keeps talking about this Red Lick case. I've not seen anything about it. Have you been aware of this one?
No, I don't think
No?
so.
Red Lick. I think it just the trial just ended, from what I gather. Everyone's talking about this case. I think it was a wife that shot her husband. That's all I know. But
I don't know.
I
guess we gotta go check out that one.
Yeah.
And she got away with it, or he got away with it?
Apparently.
Damn.
Cheryl says it depends. Some states let them add lesser charges. Yeah. So if they can't find her guilty of second, they can try manslaughter, but only if she's charged. Yeah, she has to be charged with both of them prior.
Oh, wow. I think they only charge you with second, as far as I know.
Jackie says, but did he fall downstairs trying to get out? If so, blood could have come from that, Rabid. No, because she filmed him in the suitcase downstairs, right?
Yeah.
So, how would the suitcase get back upstairs? There's no way she would have, for one, there's no way she could have carried him up there.
She said the suitcase was downstairs
That's
because they
right.
were getting ready to put
Yeah.
some stuff in so they can go donate some clothes. But
It's so random, I sort of believe her in that, but I don't know, because the loud banging noise from the neighbour heard, it just seems to fit that she threw him down the stairs.
yeah,
Because you
it's
would
totally good.
imagine the
Yeah,
suitcase is probably going to be upstairs to begin with, right?
yeah, she did, and she said it was in their closet prior because she's like
Yeah.
she starts to tell him the closet's really messy if you see blah blah blah.
And do you remember she also said as well in the interrogation that first of all she hid upstairs in the bathroom, but he didn't come up to look for her. So random.
Because they were running out of hiding spaces
That was
because
it. Yeah.
it's only upstairs or downstairs. That's what she says. Like, what the hell? Why are they playing hide and go seek
I
in the
know.
house? Like, there can only be like so many places to hide. I don't know. It's so ridiculous. And she just says it like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, totally understandable." Like,
Well, as we've seen from the picture that she put up on Facebook, it was also something that they did, right? That was one of their things.
suitcases, yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably get in one of my suitcases, but I'm not gonna try it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jackie says she's safer in jail anyway from his family. I know, right?
Right.
Can you imagine? I mean, they could
Mhm.
probably get her in jail anyway, if they've got connections.
Maybe I don't know. This is nuts, dude.
Yeah.
I would go looking for her.
Cheryl says the main thing that happens during pre-trial is if there is going to be an offer proposed. It's usually during the pre-trial. Got you. Got you.
Yeah, and see, I believe with Cheryl too. Like, why would they put all that stuff in a suitcase? You throw all this shit in a bag and just throw it. Like you don't put your stuff in a suitcase to go donate it. Roll up to the donation center with a suitcase full of crap.
You wouldn't think so.
No, throw it in a bag.
Cheryl was trying to find out exactly what she's been charged with, just in case there is more than just that one charge. That would be handy to know, definitely.
Like Jackie, 40-year-old street puzzles.
Oh, they did get Casey on something, did they? Was that just time served then?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it must have been some kind of neglect charge. Gotta be.
Yeah, it has to be.
Danielle Redlick was only charged second degree in evidence tampering. She walked. Guilty on tampering, so if they share her wrong, she may walk.
What?
So if they charge her wrong, she may walk, is what she's saying. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that's it.
She stabbed her husband, that Danielle. Found not guilty of murder. Joe says, thank you, Rabid, and everyone in chat. It's bedtime for me. Night night. Thanks, Jules. Are you in the UK or US? I imagine the UK then, right? I've actually managed to come on for one sort of half decent time for UK viewers. Jackie says, but charged with messing with evidence. Got you. That's the Danielle Redlick case.
I have to check into that.
Yeah, Jackie, they were downstairs when she was filming that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see. Did Cheryl say she watched the interrogation?
She was
I
telling me
saw
that
it.
she was, yeah. She was
Yeah.
halfway through it last I heard, so I'm sure she's caught up.
It's so aggravating. She's so unbelievable and just how I wasn't drunk. It was alcohol. Well, I wasn't drunk. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, Jackie says 40-year-olds doing puzzles and art and hide and seek.
I could see the puzzles, but I don't know. I want to know what happened to the art. Like, They should auction it.
She was referring to it when she was sitting outside there during the body cam. She was saying yeah, she was saying it's all inside there. If you go and look, you know, the puzzles were still lying out and the art was still lying out, I think.
I hope they show them. I want to see what she drew.
Did I show that on the screen earlier? That was what Ed sent me, I think it was. Jackie.
Really? Oh man, it's like a month away.
I'll click on that link later. That's just a screenshot. 25th of July.
Yay. I'm gonna be so bummed out I can't listen to anything at work anymore. It's gonna be sad.
Oh, can you not?
No, I'm gonna have to
That's
like
so
call
annoying.
out.
Are they clamping down?
Yeah, whatever. It's because the new people like ruined it for everyone. But I'm gonna be sad.
Oh my God. Yeah, see, Irish Eyes here is talking about this Danielle case. Even the daughter testified that she was toxic and manipulative, and if you think waiting 2 hours to call 911 is bad, this Danielle waited 11 hours before calling 911.
I can't deal with the ones where they get away with it.
And she walked. She walked.
Crazy. Yeah, that's awful.
Cheryl says, found this about the Casey guilty. She was guilty of 4 misdemeanor counts of providing false information.
Yeah, man, because she took them all the way down to Florida just so they can walk around Universal Studio and her finally admit that she didn't work there. Some crap like that. Like they drove all the way over there for that.
They drove all the way over with her, then she walked them all the way through these corridors, endless corridors, and got to the very end, and then had to just admit, yeah, there is no job. Sorry, guys.
How do you do that?
I know, right?
God.
All the way. What did she think was going to change during that journey?
Well, maybe she's like, we can get on a ride real quick. Go see a show. Like, yeah, what the hell? I would have been so mad. What a waste of time and everything.
Maybe she thought she could hide at some stage.
They should have her pay for it.
I know, right? She's not paid for it. Jackie, maybe she dragged him up, then let him go because neighbor heard a noise. Dragged him up the. What do you mean, dragging him upstairs in a suitcase? Why would you do that though? Is that what you mean, dragging him upstairs in this suitcase?
I don't know how she would have been able to do that.
I think if it's true that that he fell down the staircase in the suitcase, then the suitcase must have started off upstairs, and he went in the suitcase voluntarily up the stairs, but she just happened to be the bitch that she is and threw him down the stairs.
So if it turns out his injuries are really bad, are you gonna change your mind and say that it's still manslaughter?
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, I was kind of saying that in the chat. Cheryl was making that point. You know, if there's blood on the inside of the suitcase, there's no way he could have done that himself, right? If he was just in the suitcase downstairs, that to me, you know, they will be able to prove that.
Or like if it's just he bit his lip or something, maybe when she was flopping him around. Like who knows where the blood is. I know she said it came from the mouth area, but
I guess it depends how much they find, you know. They should be able to determine the extent of the injuries, you know, if it's like blunt force, and the fact that the neighbour heard what he heard. And if for all we know, there could be evidence on the staircase, on the walls from it getting thrown down. They might be able to prove it that way. You just don't know.
Or like damage on the stair.
Damage, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be able to match it up somehow. You know, just like even like tiny little fibers that might be found.
Yeah. I hope so. She deserves that. She thinks that she's gonna get away with it just because it wasn't intentional. Like you still killed somebody.
Yeah. Jackie says it's not bitch rabbit, it's dragon, blue eyes, white dragon. Yeah, that's what she was saying at the end of the body cam. That his family saw her as the blue-eyed white dragon.
Whatever. It's so dramatic.
It sounded like the extent of the injuries were more than just. Yeah, I know. I know. She was
Yeah.
trying to. Sarah was trying to say that he was. What was it? He fell off her kid's bike or ran into a wall or something
Yeah.
earlier.
She
Yeah.
says he's notorious for running
Yeah.
into walls. And he had
And
fallen off the bike.
yeah. So yeah, that could be the other killer there as well, Cheryl. You know, if the injuries are proven to
And there was a
be.
baseball bat too that
What
they
was
had.
there?
Yeah, there was a baseball bat that they took into evidence. It was her
Okay.
son's.
Right.
So who knows if she did that with a baseball bat. I could totally see her kicking it, like with her leg, her feet, just kicking it and going to town, having a good time. She's just laughing
Yeah.
like it was so much fun.
And do you remember at the end of one of the videos that you can see a flip flop next to the suitcase, like she just threw it out of the suitcase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just, I don't know.
Not good, right?
Yeah.
Not good.
It's just crazy. Like all the way until the end. So why is this happening? Oh my god. They have to say
Not
because George is
intentional.
dead. Yeah.
Not intentional. Not intentional. Yeah. So for anyone in here, guys, right, that have only heard this here for the first time, please go and watch the interrogation. It's
Fantastic.
something. Yeah. It's crazy. You have to watch it. You'll be amazed at the gall of Sarah, and it's just inexplicable. And the reaction of the interrogators as they're trying to digest the fact that she's so oblivious to what she's done.
You would think that it's worse to be an alcoholic than a murderer.
Exactly,
The way she
right?
goes in. Yeah, like it's way worse to be called an alcoholic.
Yeah. She was more defensive about that than being defensive about, her culpability in the death of the person she apparently loved.
Nah. I thought there would be more like more interviewing of her. I wonder if there's any more because like all I've seen was that body cam footage from there, but that can't be just all they did that day, right? Like
I
I'm
know,
sure
they
they
only
sat
spoke to
down.
her. They only
They
spoke
made
to
it.
her for 2-3 minutes, really, outside the door,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah, well, I think they say in the interview like they were talking in the car,
That's right. Yeah.
So I wonder if there's more that we'll get later on that. Because I would imagine that they're gonna have to talk to her more than just like,
Yeah.
oh, and they were just playing hide and go seek, and yeah, it sounds legit. Like that happens all the time.
Huh.
People, grown ups, playing hide and go seek.
So, is there any other cases that you got your eye on now, Melanie?
No, I guess this one that they were just talking about, I'm gonna have to find out what's going on
Ridley.
with that. I was all into the Johnny Depp.
Oh, what are your thoughts then? Have we spoken since
I'm
that
so
kicked
happy.
off?
No, I don't.
I am too.
No, I'm so happy. I was surprised because I was really worried that he was not going to get anything because they were going to say that it was, abuse on both sides.
Yeah.
So I was so happy.
She's something else, isn't she, Amber?
Yeah, what a dumbass. And I wonder if she's really going to do the book that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if she does that, it's just going to be another lawsuit.
I know, right? I mean, she's going to be so fucking careful.
Right. And then one day his lawyers come out and say he might not even ask for the money. And then the next day she's on the fucking television saying everything over again. Like she just said it all over again. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to, till my dying day, I'm going to say this is what happened. So I don't know, man. You should go for it. Just take that, whatever, stifle it.
Do you think she's blatantly lying, or do you think that in her head she thinks that it's justified?
Yeah, because if she's got histrionic, then she probably is thinking that she's in the right. Maybe, but she's got to know if she's lying. She's got to know she's lying. How do you not know?
Yeah.
To be that evil. I don't know.
One of the things for absolutely certain, she was lying her ass off during that trial on the stand. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the worst performance I've ever seen. It's the most transparent and obvious. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
You know, whatever. And then she never cried. There was not one tear ever. She just goes like that. Like that's all you gotta do. Make that noise, and yeah, they're gonna think you're crying. Whatever. That was
Cheryl
great.
agrees.
Yeah, it's just out of control. That girl. I can't wait for like, in a year or two, find out what she's doing.
Well,
'Cause the
this is
only
I was saying this the other day. She only has a set sort of period of time in which to make any move that she's going to make before everyone moves on, right?
yeah.
That's why she's taking interviews so quickly and talking about the book, because she knows exactly how the celebrity machine works. She knows that she's got a limited lifespan here to get attention, you know?
Yeah. Well,
So
she
it's,
can do OnlyFans. Like, you can do OnlyFans, Amber. They'll pay for it. That's the only thing. Like, I don't know how else she's gonna get money. Who's gonna buy this book? Nobody watched that interview. I mean, professional wrestling. I mean, it's not even real wrestling, but that beat him like in the ratings. So I mean, people are, at least they weren't going to mainstream media anyway to see that. They're all running to YouTube and watching them. That on YouTube. They're not gonna. So I can't imagine they're gonna pay for her book. Like I'm not gonna pay for her book if it ever comes out, but I'm gonna find a way to download it, like illegally, because she's not gonna get my money unless I know it's gonna go to Johnny. Yeah, whatever. It's stupid ass. She's so stupid. I really hope they cut her out of that movie too, but I don't know. They're making it sound like it's not gonna happen. Yeah, and they had done a right after the trial. They did Warner Brothers did a screening, and she was in 25 minutes of it.
Oh, weird.
But hopefully, they're gonna cut that out, and it's just a screening to see how things go or like how it's gonna test. But I can. People are not gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, she's her reputation's done for good. I think she's in her head. She's just in a mindset of just trying to tear the world down, I guess, or try and somehow drag Johnny down with her.
She's an idiot.
Jackie's talking about her baby, whether it's Elon Musk's or not. If it is, then she's set for life.
No, I don't think so. She had a surrogate, but yeah, who? Yeah, really? No, it can't be Musk. Doesn't he have 1 million kids already? Anyway, he needs to calm down.
Oh, Cheryl's got something for us to look at. I reckon that Elon Musk and Amber Heard are planning to take off at some stage for Mars and leave Earth behind and start a new colony of crazy alien narcissists up on Mars.
Oh,
From
why does
where?
Mars have to
What's
suffer?
that?
Why does Mars have to suffer?
Well, there's no life up there, right? They're going to start life on Mars. They're going to start a new colony. And they're going to breed all these like histrionic personality disordered aliens, and they're going to return to Earth as Martians, like War of the World style, and that's going to be her revenge on Johnny Depp and the Earthling male hierarchy. Her and Elon Musk have got it all planned out.
Oh my gosh!
What do you think?
Yeah,
I think it's a pretty good theory.
Yeah, that sounds.
That's our only chance, right, of getting revenge on Johnny.
I don't know. There's so many. It's crazy though. How many people do believe her is nuts. Nuts. I mean, how do you look at those pictures when she says she got her ass kicked the night before, and she looks perfect in these pictures? I mean, oh my god.
I know, right?
Whatever.
Come on.
What a dummy.
Yeah,
Not
I mean, I think, do you not think a lot of people just love to be seen supporting the underdog, or they love being in the minority, you know?
I
I mean,
guess.
sometimes a duck is just a duck, right? You know, it's like a lot of times it is true, right, that the majority of people start they they are guilty of thinking like sheep, you know, and like kind of groupthink. That does happen a lot, right? I mean, the majority of people in Germany in 1933 voted for the Nazis, or 1937, whenever it was, right? Sometimes the majority aren't always correct, but in this situation here, it's Amber was just guilty,
Yeah.
and she the level of nefarious manipulation that she attempted, and the way that she tried to piggyback off the Me Too movement.
It's gross.
Okay, Cheryl just sent me an email. It's something that Stand Up showed us this morning. Okay.
Yeah, they had embryos. He tried to get them destroyed. Elon?
Elon.
Is she talking? Is Jackie talking about Elon with the embryos?
I think she's being sarcastic.
No, she's making a joke.
I think so, unless I've missed something, which is possible. All right, let me check here. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's just to do with Amber Heard.
Ooh, what's this? Looks good so far.
I'm excited here. What's this? We will not stand with you. Okay, what's the context for this, Cheryl? Who's written this? Or is it just like a good point? So it's hashtag not with her. Okay, so this is obviously something that's been put together in support of Johnny. Let's read this. It's an open letter to Heard from a domestic violence group. Okay, great.
Oh.
Right, here we go. We will not stand with you. Amber, no victim of domestic violence, acts in the manner in which you do. You are the abuser, not the abused. You sold us a role, a character, the survivor, and we bought it eagerly. We supported you, we wept for you, we rallied behind you, and you betrayed us all. We trusted in you. You used our pain as you appropriated our stories, re victimizing us. Then you weaponized our movement against the person you were abusing. All this for what? Merely another move in your twisted mind game to garner relevance, social currency, adulation, and more wealth. You toyed with his mind, making him believe that he was a monster. You convinced him that he was bringing your rage upon himself. You battered and berated him, and as all abusers do, you trained him to feel culpable and apologize to you. The minute survivors heard you say, "You make me do this," we knew who you really were, an abuser. And Johnny was your victim, a survivor. Today we wept for Johnny. We know the pain of not being believed, but you did something much worse to him. You made the world believe that he was abusing you. You bragged he had power and you could take it from him with your lies. You set out to destroy his life, to vilify him, and you taunted him with that. You overlooked one thing: us women, survivors. We can recognize abuse when we see and hear it. Listening to you has been torturously painful, triggering, and unbearable for many. Your gender didn't hide that you are a perpetrator of domestic abuse from us. The harm you've done going forward to every woman who goes to report domestic violence is immeasurable. You did that, but you've reminded the army of survivors that abuse has no gender. and that a man who speaks out about being abused must too be heard. Today we stand with him because he did. He finally did. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them. I, Johnny Depp, a man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence. And see if people believe or side with you. We believe him, but we side against you. Hashtag not with her. That was
Yeah,
great.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely piggybacked on that movement and made a mockery of that movement.
I'm glad they caught her on it.
Yeah. And like you, I was surprised that he won the case because it was such a high bar that they were setting with that article.
Yeah, and at first I was really against it, but the more I kept going, I was just like, I hope the jury just sees it. I hope they see her as a liar.
I know.
So I'm hoping that Australia does something.
Australia, in what regard?
Hold on. Hold on.
You're right there.
Sorry. Well, they were saying that Australia might have reason to press charges on her too, because that stuff with the finger happened down there. So they said
Yeah.
Australia was kind of eyeing it to see if maybe they're gonna go after her, and I really hope they do. It'll be so good.
Interesting.
But who knows how that's gonna go, because she lied initially and said, it can be a bunch of back and forth on it, but
Well, she's not going to stop, is she? So
no.
all this backlash might continue.
You think she would have already, but
Oh.
she was on the news like a week later, just saying it all over again. So
Yeah.
she just doesn't want to stop. Then they got her on TJ Maxx. TMZ got her going around in the store shopping, which
Well, did they?
yeah, it's just like a store you can go and buy clothes and stuff, and her and her girlfriend over there shopping, and it's like, whatever. What is she? She doesn't need no clothes.
We've got that store over here, but it's called TK Maxx.
I like that store, but it's got to be a downer for her going there.
Oh, say so. It's going to be a downer for her going anywhere for a while, I think.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't even go in public.
No, I'd be digging a hole somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and, lying low for a couple of decades.
I did see that she put her house in a trust, and so like they can't do anything about this house that she owns as far as like making her sell it or anything. But
that was so laughable when they were questioning her about the apparent tribute to the donations to the charity, and she kept saying, "Yeah, I did. It was a pledge," and they were saying, "Well, no, but you've not actually donated it." And she was like, "Yes, I have. It was a pledge. It was a
she
pledge."
uses those words synonymously, like everyone does.
No, they have two different, distinct definitions, Amber.
And yeah, whatever. I don't know. You never hear like that they dole it out in payments. She's trying to make it sound like, that was going to be the same as a mortgage payment. You don't pay it all at once. So no, if they got the money, they donate it. Like it just gets sent. And he could have sent it straight from her, but she wanted the tax break. So they gave her the money and she didn't do nothing with it. As far as I know, Elon Musk paid, what did they say, like 250,000 or 500,000, something lame, and a couple other people donated for her. Whatever. That was great. And she's just an idiot.
Cheryl thinks if she hadn't been such a bad liar and hadn't presented her own recordings, thinking that it made him look bad, she most likely would have won. Yeah, tend to agree.
Yeah.
No, she won't stop. Very strange behavior for someone who just wants to move on. I know.
Yeah, she just wants Johnny to leave her alone, but she's going on TV and just saying the same crap over and over again.
Wasn't the house that she rented in VA something like 20 grand
Yeah,
a month?
22,000.
Wow.
22,000 a month.
What's VA? What's that stand for?
Virginia.
Virginia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they showed pictures of it. It was crazy. The house that she was in.
She is physical, mental, and an emotional abuser. She is used to demanding people agree with her and not question her. She just doesn't realize she can't abuse the whole world. Totally.
Yep.
She's very similar to Jodie Arias in that respect. I think Jodie was so used to getting her own way, having the last word, just like
Yeah.
Amber. It was funny yesterday. I was asking people. You might have been in there, Melanie, asking if people thought that Jodie or Amber Heard, which of the two were the better actresses on the stand.
Yeah, I was there.
Everyone thought Jodie was. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
there, weren't you?
Yeah, I said Jodie for sure. Like,
It's so true, isn't it?
yeah, Jodie just comes across like you would think that she really doesn't know, or like she's clueless and stuff. And Amber just comes off rehearsed, fake. I mean, you can hear the tone in her voice. She's so hateful. Like she has so much more emotion in her voice and stuff
Yeah.
on those tapes than she's up on the stand, and you think that she's perfect.
I know. And
Yeah.
do you know the way her performance on the stand? It was like an audition for a really shitty sort of soap opera on like some unknown channel somewhere, some unknown TV channel, like some
Yeah.
really like an actress just out of college or something. That's how bad her acting was. You know, this kind of over the top acting where
Yeah.
everything is exaggerated to an unnatural level.
Yeah.
That's exactly how she came across. It was actually comical.
She's
That,
ridiculous.
that she actually, that at no stage did she seem to have any self-doubt about her performance. You know, it's incredible.
She's an idiot. She was out of it. What did she? They were already like divorced for 2 years, and then she wrote that stupid thing. Like it was already over. Nobody was coming after you. Everything's fine. They said they weren't gonna talk about each other, and then she goes and writes that. And it wasn't about Johnny. It was about how I'm part of this movement, and I know how that is to be, and blah blah blah. But she told everybody that that's what happened. Like,
yeah.
How does she not think that people are gonna think that's about Johnny? Who else would it have been about?
Did she not admit in the recent interview that it was about Johnny? Anyway, I'm sure someone told me that. I've not actually watched all the interview yet.
I just watched parts of it.
Yeah.
It's just her saying the same old stuff over and
Same
over
shit.
again. Yeah, I mean, they didn't
Is the-
go after her.
What was I going to say? Oh God, it's gone from my mind. I was going to say something there.
You know that Beatrice. How do you say
Oh,
her name?
Beatrice.
Yeah, they got her sister's interview on. I haven't watched that. I'm scared to watch it.
Oh, okay.
With the sister, I wonder if they tell her that Beatrice was like gonna kill her daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it an interview in the interrogation room? Is that with her sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
on the same. What was that? Real World TV or
Yeah.
someone? I'll find it later and send you the thing.
Yeah, do. Maybe we can go over that if it's interesting, right?
Yeah, I think that was the last. Like as far as that, since you had done you did the other
The
two.
boyfriend.
Yeah. The boyfriend was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those. That's not the right word, enjoy, but it was really interesting going through those two interrogations because we literally did it blind, right? So it was I thought it was quite a natural reaction and commentary to it. You know, I liked that.
Yeah. Because that's why I didn't watch the sister yet, but I saw that hers was out there. And I don't know.
Cheryl says that Amber did admit it was about him in part. She is not just an abuser; she's an obsessed abuser.
Yeah.
What is wrong with her sister's face? She always looks like she has to take a shit or something.
I feel bad for the sister. She just looks beaten down. Yeah.
She looks like she's got a lot on her mind all the time, doesn't she?
Yeah, because she knows her sister's lying her ass off. And then she's stuck with it. Oh my God. Like, she's totally stuck with it. She's like, that's her sister, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't be backing up my sister. She went crazy in front of the world. They said she would beat her sister up too all the time.
I heard that,
so,
yeah.
You know?
Crazy shit.
Yeah. But she had been the breadwinner, so.
Yeah. All right, Melanie. I think that's everything there. This is all caught up with Boone. Hopefully the trial does go ahead, because I'm intrigued to see how that goes.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And I'll be interested to see what other information comes out at that point, you know. But if they have any more evidence, what the defense strategy is going to be, you know.
Yeah, because how can you defend that?
I know, right? I know. It's a hard argument to make. I've done my best.
I think she's gonna go on the stand. That's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, you get the feeling she will, right? She's that kind of character that will just demand to go on the stand.
Yeah. Because I just make up things in my own head since I don't know what's going on. So in my own head, I think that her lawyer just like couldn't handle it. And he's like, I gotta go. And she's probably like, I'm sure she wants to go on the stand and be like, hey, this is what happened. I can tell everybody, and they're gonna totally agree that it's an accident.
Yeah, she probably thinks that the jury just need to hear her confirm that it was unintentional.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. That'll be a wrap up. Oh, it was unintentional. Okay.
That's fine. You can go home.
All right, everyone. Everyone that's come in, thanks so much again. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
My
Thanks for coming up,
favorite.
Melanie.
Bye for now, guys.
All right, everyone. Good night. Bye-bye.